and try and keep the ball in there for a great amount of time.
Crowd finding voice. Second term underway. Sandlands with the palm. Mundy started the second as he left the first, having an influence. Hill back, Grover hacks it long. Palmer under it, 3 to beat. Thompson is the number 1 pick-off man in the North Melbourne lineup. Been doing it all year. Grover picks this up and fists it out of play.
Even then, though, that ball to come in there like that and the run out and have Thompson to be allowed to mark the ball and play on, exactly what Fremantle don't want to see.
Sandlands took it out of the air. Barlow, Fife, handball smothered, Mzungu. Pavlich tries the clever flick on, didn't work. Farito got it from Swallow to the square. Fremantle with the numbers. Lindsay Thomas, poor play. Grover just pushed him at the opportune moment. Hands it up to Silvani. He missed Barlow with the attempt at a handball. Harvey, sidestep, side of dummy, kicks it behind.
Oh. That was a nice sidestep, but
Was it what?
I think at the moment, sure, you've got Thompson loose one end and McPhee loose the other end. And look, sometimes, there it is here, that's magnificent. Normally finish those, Boomer. But sometimes, it's again, that's a bit of Russian roulette. Will McPhee have more impact or will Thompson have more impact? I would suggest with the lack of pressure in the Freo forward line, you'd rather have one-on-ones down there.
No doubt.
Zungu, Swallow with him. Almost Fife, almost Swallow. Herberts shrugs a tackle. Hands it up to Swallow. Could go for goal. Pops the pass. It was touched. Campbell wants to come back inside. Left. Smothered. Touch play on. Petrie couldn't grab it. Ballantyne sides his way through. Ham-water defensive behind. That would have been interesting, but he wins the free.
He's played up the ground tonight. He's been up like a wingman pushing across to the half-back line. Did a good job there to one grab, head over the ball and just got tripped up.
Good to go. Takes on Lindsay Thomas. Puts it up high for Sandlands and Goldstein. Edwards made the contest and got his own knockdown. Kick not so good. Umpire said Swallow kept it in. Goldstein from 48. Harvey, chance to make amends with a shot at goal. It's bending. Not enough.
You mentioned Ballantyne before, sure. He's one, he can get a little bit lost when he's all the way up the ground. I like him when he comes up no further than the sort of half-back line, but he looks like he's getting a lot deeper, and then it's a long way back for a forward to get from all the way there into the forward 50.
Wells. Back inside 50 to Edwards. Barlow got in the hole. Swallow tried the clever handball to Zeeble and missed him. Mundy keeps his feet. Silvani, Pavlich looking for a handball option. Grover, Fife, back to Broughton. No one to go too long. Had Hinkley wide. Hansen fist.
That's a better matchup for Lockie Hansen. When he's deep, he gets a bit jittery, and he's had 2 goals kicked on him already tonight, and he's fumbled once deep, so maybe half back, it's a little bit better there.
Back into the team this week, Lockie Hansen. Missed last week with Gastro. Good to see him back. Pavlich. Tried another clever handball that didn't work for Ito. Wells. Hansen. Maybe another turnover. Pavlich knocks it down. Through some traffic, Hinkley to Sandlands. Not sure what he was doing there, but it didn't work. McMahon, Harvey, look out. He wants to take them on. He dropped it as he was tackled. Lucky to get away with it. Greenwood's running. Gets it handed off by Pedersen. Could have gone for goal. Went straight through Campbell. They try and keep it in. Tucked up against the line. Does keep it in. Misses Pedersen. McPhee. Across his defensive goal. Dangerous, but it works. Fife.
I thought you're right with Greenwood there, Dwayne. I thought he could have had a shot at goal there. It's a scrubby old kick to Campbell.
Palmer.
Boys, just some really interesting stats. We try to break up game with statistics these days. Clearances are 20-6 in favour of Fremantle, which is staggering considering the inside 50 count. 23-10 in favour of North.
It's definitely inconvenienced Zeeble, no doubt about it. From the ball in. Swallow. Farito couldn't grab it. Thompson does. Wells handball knocked over to McMahon. Farito. Mullet. Just gets a handball in time. Bastanak. Bombs it forward. Campbell stays down. Petrie manhandled. Crowd wanted a free again. Fife. Main. Slaps it down. Barlow. Pavlich. And now it opens up for Fremantle. Kick was horrendous. Rawlings. McMahon. Gets past Ballantyne. Gives to Thompson. Long ball. Thomas. Good stretch.
Well, that was a horrible kick by Pavlich. He had Reece Palmer running into an open forward 50, and you can see turnovers in football. That's a terrible turnover.
What about that?
Shocking.
What about that?
Why would you do that? That is a man with the jitters about having a set shot at goal.
Kicked 17 goals, 30 now for the season. And he has no confidence in his set shots. He was dropped because he had the yips. He's been brought back in, and he's still got the yips.
Well, you've got to you send a runner out and just say, look, you're a professional footballer. Go back, do what you have to do. If you miss it by doing that, don't make up things. Don't invent.
Sandlands to Hill. He takes them on. It could count double against North Melbourne. That miss. Cut off by Mullet. Just got his hands in the way.
Once again, though, a Freo player, Hill had it looked up. Here we see here Thomas, great mark. But what you're telling everyone here by doing what he's done is I'm not going to kick a goal. I'm that low on confident. You're telling everyone in the stadium. But Hill had a chance to kick that ball early, that last ball early over the top to a Freo player running back into an open goal square. And he just bounced it and then...
So here's the Thomas shot. I mean, that's crazy stuff.
Stephen Milne does that a lot, though, on the other side.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the yips.
No, he doesn't.
And he normally does it from an angle.
I think it's arrogance with Milne, isn't it?
No, I think he likes
Rub your
kicking
nose in it. Johnson inboard. One thing for sure, it's kept Fremantle in it. 21 points the margin. Silvani long. Half forward. Crowley. Maybe within range. Sandlands is getting back to the goal line.
Boys, Jack Zeeble has actually been subbed out of the game.
Gee.
Yeah. So he's obviously not still right from that heavy knock in the first quarter.
Crowley straight into Wells, the man on the mark. Back in and gets it again. Tries to mop up his mess. Slaps it out. Hinkley through some traffic nicely. Pops the pass, hoping for Main. Thompson almost spills it. Has the support. Rawlings. Swallow. Hanson caught back into it by Greenwood.
He's been magnificent, David Swallow. Oh, sorry, Andrew Swallow. Oh, no.
Adams didn't know the other player was there. Silvani got a handball up. Campbell knocks it out. Harvey back into the corridor, but he missed Bastanak. Ball back alive. Knocked down by Hinkley. Pitt. Time to use it. Uses it wisely. Ibbotson. Runner on the outer side. Grover can get and go. Main is long. He wants it long, Main. He's still lurking. Grover takes some time. West goes for Ballantyne instead, who falls over it. Fife. Back again. Grover this time misses Pavlich with the handball. Hill knocks it out. Pavlich drives in, knocks it further forward. Pitt still standing there waiting for it. Hinkley also waiting for it to come out. Hill backs through some traffic. Rawlings. McMahon. Mad scramble. Outside 50, Muzungo. Silvani from 55 on the full.
Well, I think you'd call that stanza of 3-minute play ugly.
Yep.
But it's a great contest. It's an amazing contest at the moment.
So it's talking about Zeeble off for the game. So they're a man down for the rest of the game. Swallow to Petrie. Played McFarlane, just knocked him out of it. McPhee, he can go back. Subin the sub for Fremantle. And Garlett the sub for North Melbourne has just been brought into the game.
Yeah, both teams, one team just needs to hit a few targets here. Just take a little bit of the sting out of the game. It is a bit messy, as you mentioned, sure, at the moment.
Bastanak to Pedersen. Half forward off Greenwood's hands. Wells to the pocket. Edwards used the body brilliantly.
Oh, good to see someone kick the ball well. Daniel Wells just to his teammates' advantage. We've seen Pavlich, Sandilands, and even Brent Harvey in the middle of the ground miss a target. So we've just got some sanity left back in the game thanks to Daniel Wells.
Talk about how good a season he's having at goal. When you get shots from out there, it makes it too tough.
Vickers touched on the clearances earlier, which I think in 19-10 now was 20-6. And Freo just aren't running out of the clearance. They're overusing the ball too much just with hands. And I think that's the reason they're not getting advantage from those clearances.
Poor use there by Everton. He's trying to mop up his mess. Loses it. Frito doesn't want to have the shot himself. Harper, blind turn. And kicks it out of the arena. Liam Pickering downstairs.
Yeah, Andrew, a nice start to this game.
Yeah, it's been pretty quick, so I'm feeling pretty tired now, but we just got to keep going. We've had a good start, probably coughed us all up a bit going forward, but I think we're getting a bit of run and play on, and it's doing well for us.
And some rotations through the midfield. You're a soldier down now with Jack Siebel.
Yeah, I think he was just feeling a bit crook, but we got Cruzy Garlick come on, and he did well last week, or 2 weeks ago, so hopefully he can do the job.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Nice turn from the line. So you can see Jack Siebel in the red vest. Campbell also having a little rest at the moment. It's a 27-point margin, and that's the biggest margin of the game. Adams inside 50. McPhee got high, knocked it down. Broughton, McPhee under some pressure now, the Dockers, to keep their season alive. Straight down the middle, Sandlands. Fife, sidestep, hacks it high. Main, he'll have to jump. Knocked away by Thompson. Hinkley grabs him, drags him. McMahon caught by Main. Hanson, Frito.
Even Swallow mentioned there, it was interesting in the interview, what a fast game it is. It looks like a really quick game from up here. The ball's up and down the ground. And I mentioned he didn't need a break. He's been terrific. He's had 13 possessions.
Sandlands down to Mundy.
High.
Yeah, the tackle did wander high. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Sandlands back again. Crowley from 45. And he scrapes it in for a behind.
Yeah, they just need a spark, the Dockers. I'm not sure it's going to come from, though, sure.
Yeah.
Pavlich is struggling a little bit. Mundy's sort of gone out of the game a bit. Fife's getting it, but probably not in dangerous areas. So they're just, the ball use has been really poor. It's terrible, that. Terrible.
Just as you said, the ball use is poor. Oh, talking more about Fremantle, but Silvani. Surely the umpire.
It's not a bad idea to put Silvani up there, because he is a competitor, and the ball's been coming out that often and so easily. The one thing you don't, and also with having that knock, you don't want him being defensive. He's not thinking clearly. At least up forward, you make the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure how clearly Thompson's thinking either. I'm kicking at the man the mark.
Strikes it nicely. It's bending back. Touched on the line.
I wouldn't mind even seeing Ballantyne go to the goal square. They've got to start to get some more inside 50s, but if they do get some control of that, maybe he's a player to play out of the square.
Straight down the middle. Sandlands made a contest. That looked for all money to be Edwards' ball. Ball up.
Yeah, they just don't look dangerous when they go forward at all, do they?
Fremantle 6th last year, 2010, 14th and 14th. In the 2 seasons under Mark Harvey before that. In danger right now of being out of the finals race. Goldstein, Farito, Wells. Takes them on with a bounce through the wing. Edwards wants it long. It's shorter. Over the back. Edwards gets it regardless. Goes off the deck. Can't roll it through. Grover rushes it behind.
Yeah, they just needed to bounce up to him, but they just don't know with the guys slipping it off the ground or bending down, pick it up.
McFarlane. Hinkley.
McFarlane's the other one, sure, that's gone forward at times as well. I know he's done a terrific job. I think he's been on Petrie a fair bit, done a terrific job on him.
Went forward last week, didn't have a major impact, but he has done it, as you said before.
Patterson.
This is when they're falling down.
Really good protection there by Lockie Hansen for Pedersen to take that mark then.
Yeah, Clark was too worried about Hansen to go for the ball. Goldstein. Thomas.
They're the little things when you know a team's really switched on when they're doing that sort of stuff.
And Silvani gets back and maybe plays for the 50, doesn't get it.
Oh.
And it's getting worse for Fremantle. Adams. Thomas. Swallow. Pops it inside 50, and that's a splendid mark to Harper. Under immense pressure, still held it.
That's the third kick into the man in the mark in the last 10 minutes. You can't believe at this level guys can do that.
Well, I think it was a former coach of mine said you have to be a dumb player if you get smothered from the front. Like someone can come from behind you and dive on your boot. But when you get smothered from the front, you haven't read the play or haven't read the space. That was a great, vertical leap there.
Still only 19 years of age. Sprays it. And how can they mark it there? Pedersen in the pocket, plucked it.
Zach Clark, not good enough.
Got two of them now. I don't know who the other one was, but there was two Freo players there. Neither of them both had fresh air swings.
For a 32-point lead. He's already got two. He's changed his mind. Banana, drop punt. And Fremantle at breaking point.
Yeah, things have fallen apart a bit for the Dockers as we see Mark Harvey. He'd be bitterly disappointed in the box. One thing that really annoys coaches, well, two things. One, when they're kicking the man in the mark, and we saw that on the far side. And let me assure you, it's a really nice vertical leap there. And let me assure you, the second one, Shuri, is when players mark it on the goal line like this. You've got a ruckman back there, you've got a defender back there. That is just very, very poor play from the Dockers.
Well, that was Silvani's second. I don't think he's right. He just ran into his own player, Zach Clark, there. And Zach Clark, that wasn't good enough. Probably just stopped each other from getting to the ball.
Well, Silvani, I think, was the one that kicked in the man the mark over the far side.
He hasn't had a great few minutes, Silvani, after that heavy knock. We know he got in the first quarter, but you hardly need teammates like Zach Clark getting in the way when you're trying to spoil.
5 out of side. 7 minutes from half-time. Can they get some momentum going? Palmer inside 50. Ballantyne. Arm slap. No free. Johnson back of the pack. Knocked away by Grimer. Bounces it to Hanson. Good bump, Clark. Use of the body. He collects. Needs good disposal. He gives it off for the 1-2 with Johnson. A little too clever. Harvey tracks him down. Mzungu. Pavlich again the turnover.
Shocking quarter, Matty Pavlich.
Harvey and Ferrito combined. Harvey gets it back. 8-metre kick. He wanted to stop and claim the mark. Wells, he could go all the way from 50. Another let off for Freo.
Yeah, you're right about Pavlich, sure.
33% effectiveness.
Every time he's getting it, he's giving it back to the opposition. He was under pressure then, but there's a lot of non-pressure. The left foot kick he did through the middle of the ground, he's not having a great game, Pavlich.
And that ball out on the full, according to the boundary umpire. Just can't get a break right now, the Dockers. 19 minutes gone, second term. We're about to tick into time on. Campbell. Harvey. Mzungu right with him. Still gets the kick inside 50. Silvani. That was better.
The problem with it, though...
Kick smothered again from Silvani. Just as we wrap him up, he makes his biggest blue of the game. Barlow hands it up. Grover back to Silvani. This time finds a teammate, McPhee. Hinkley the target. He waited and pulled out. McMahon. Adams.
I don't know how they do the concussion test, Shuri, but I reckon he's failed it.
And Swallow. Floats it over Petrie's head, and Goldstein this time can have the shot.
Wow. You're not going to have a highlights tape like I think Alex Silvani's going to have out of this. There's got to be something wrong with him. He's normally pretty cool-headed, but he's turned the ball over twice now. It's been smothered deep. Ran into his own player in the spoil. It's just not happening.
He's an All-Australian contender, Todd Goldstein, and he's up against the best in the business. And he's coming up trumps, Big Goldie.
Yeah, look, he has been good over the last 2 or 3 weeks, but that is just unforgivable. And it's the second one he's done in the last minute and a half. Gee, you think maybe that he's come off. He's come off, and I think they're going to recheck him because he's certainly a much better player than that. He's been playing well over the last couple of weeks, so there may be something wrong with him.
Well, Sandlands shows his displeasure, getting some strapping, and Silvani also having a sit down.
Having a chat with Jason McCartney, who's the runner there today. So he's getting a message from the doctor and a message from the runner.
I wouldn't put him in defence again, though. I think just go and play him forward if he does come back on the ground.
Valentine, Barlow, Main, Pavlich. To full forward to Hinkley. Back of the pack. Can he get the snap? He wants to bend it back around. Hands it up. Palmer, sidestep. Ran into a little tackle. Hinkley back again. Main, 45 from goal. Not 15. Hinkley tried to claim the mark. Back again. Mundy to the square. Farito.
There's a lot of possessions from not much reward there. Look, they were under pressure. Full credit to the Kangaroos defenders, and they just were relentless in the pursuit. But Freo just going nowhere there.
Well, they can't take a mark inside 50, really.
No.
I mean, it's 10 marks to North to 4.
Ibbotson after Crowley crumbed it. Valentine no free. Wells gathers. Pedersen close to the boundary. In fact, over the boundary, ball in.
You don't want to see that from Hayden Ballantyne. You've got to be harder now to get back in the contest, and there's no doubt he acted for a free kick there. Just at the contest now, they need players to put their head over the ball, start winning some, especially trying to getting some forward running players winning the ball.
4 minutes to half time, and maybe 4 minutes to try and get some momentum to keep their season alive. Fremantle. Harvey almost got one to the ear, a boot. Goldstein, Edwards. North Melbourne could put the Dockers to the sword right here, right now. No mark to Thomas. Slapped away, second grab.
Gee, I tell you what, Brent Harvey. Oh no, it's just a hand in the face.
Just watching Matty Pavlich come off before, sure. He doesn't look right. He's got the doctor talking to him down there because I don't know if he can see that far, but
he's crouching down, Roosie. I'm not sure exactly what the message is. You're right, he hasn't had an impact at all, though, today.
Campbell. 39 points the margin right now. This for 45 points. Pavlich not having his best day at the office. Sandland's being beaten. And right now, another let-off from Campbell. Fremantle store still slightly open heading into half-time.
Well, the Kangas have lost a lot of games this year, especially in the first half, Dwayne, where they didn't put sides away and they didn't convert well. You know, 40 points, it's a good lead now. They deserve this. They have been harder at the contest, cleaner in their forward line, and the defence has held up really well, so it's all working well for them. Look at this.
Harper takes them on and kicks the goal. And that'll hurt.
Yeah, just far too easy. Mark Harvey, see him in the box. He's got a lot of concerns at the moment. Some of his good players down on form, but this is just really poor. Good effort from Barlow to spoil them. Where is the cavalry? No one there, no one helping, no one running. Very hard to win a game of football in any competition if you're not going to run, let alone the AFL. But nice finish, nice finish.
And Matthew Pavlich has been subbed out of the game.
You see where the ice is going on, just low on his leg there, so it looks Achilles, which is a real concern. You don't want that, obviously, as you're getting towards your 30s. But that's, if it is an Achilles, but still not good news for tonight's game.
Subban subbed on for Fremantle. Sandland's on hands and knees. Speaking of Subban, that's him on the bottom of the pack.
Well, keep looking at that one, Liam, because I thought it was more even a knock to the head, but yeah, you're right. He's got it on the ankle or calf, low down, isn't it? Low down calf? Or...
Yeah, low calf. I would think Achilles, the way it's been iced, which is a real concern.
Ballantyne bumped by Rawlings. Greenwood dragged down. It comes out. Harper got it to Wells. Pushed off it. Pitt slick to Fife. Barlow. To half forward to Clark, and again the turnover. Thompson cuts it off.
Now they're top heavy down there. They've got Clark, Main and Johnson down in the 4 line together.
Mullet shows some poise. Thompson.
Look at that.
Straight down the middle. Edwards on the move, on the bounce. Hit him on the shoulder. Lindsay Thomas caught. He dropped it. Bastanak caught. Got a handball up. Adams. Edwards kick smothered. Goes back in hard. Fremantle fighting for their life right now. Fife caught, gone. Bastanak wrapped him up. Inside 2 minutes to half time.
Yeah, they're just really messy at the moment, the Doc. There's no system whatsoever.
McFarlane, ball to the back. Goldstein, Harper. Goldstein plays to the free. Silvani with him. Pedersen takes it out. They're just hanging on to half time, Fremantle, so they can go in and reset.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a really critical stoppage for both sides, but Freo can ill afford to let another goal through here.
Little palm down Sandlin's good. Barlow works his way into space. McFarlane needs to hit a chest. Fife goes up. Punched away. Stolen from Garlop. The sub on for North Melbourne. Harper couldn't make something of it. Harvey couldn't quite trap it. Rawlings played for the free. Mundy steals it back again. Ballantyne just can't get into it. Down to 1 minute and 10. Wells out of play.
Yeah, look, Ballantyne's work rate's been really good, Dwayne. He's working really, really hard, and I'm not sure how much of the ball he's actually got. He's had 8 possessions. He's working hard enough, but unfortunately, teammates aren't being able to give it to him in a dangerous area, and he spent a lot of time up the ground and can't impact the scoreboard as well.
Petrie rips it out of the air, got to be gone. Took it out of the ruck, was caught holding the ball. So a chance for the Dockers here.
I think what's been impressive for North is been the fact that Drew Petrie hasn't had a massive impact in this game, so that they've been able to manufacture goals without their main forward.
Sandlin's long and wide. Good pass. Hinkley. Main's calling for it inside 50. North have the loose man back. He floats it up. Palmer floats in. Can't take the mark. Hill off some hands. Can they get a bounce? Nothing going right for them. Main dives in. Picks it up. They pick him up. Hard Silvani. He doesn't get it free for too high. And we'll get a ball up. 24 seconds left on the clock.
You're absolutely right, Dwayne. Nothing going right. That ball's bounced over Main's head. Well, even the footy gods aren't smiling at the moment, that's for sure.
Sandlin's. Goldstein behind.
He just needs a cool head here from McMahon just to hit a target and then run the clock down. Nothing silly here.
It's wide to Mullet. So maybe not enough time for North Melbourne score. Time for a turnover at half-back if they're not clever. There's the turnover perhaps. Subin dives in. Mzungu. We're down to 2 seconds though. Hacked away from him. Siren. Half-time and the Dockers can go in. I hope they've got a big mirror down there. Have a long, hard look at themselves and try and get back into this game and back into season 2011. 10-7, 67 for Fremantle, 3-4-22. A massive second half in the context of the season for these two teams coming up after the break.